Peter, the magical physics platypus show.
Hello gents, my name is Peter the Magical Physics Platypus. Today we are going to be talking about egg drops. Today we are going to do our own egg drop, so you can better prepare yourself if you want to do one at home or in school. I will go out to our field tester, Paul G. Hewitt. He will help us conduct the experiment. What you got for us, Paul?
Peter. Well, gang, can you guess what we're gonna be doing today? Check your neighbor, check your neighbor. You be saying, oh, but Peter already told us we're going to be doing an egg drop. Well, you'll be absolutely right. We're going to do an egg drop, gang. Well, gang, I'm gonna stay here and prepare for my egg drop, and we're gonna have the world famous Mr. Jones tell you the science behind it all. The egg will have a certain amount of potential energy when it is released from your hand. Most of this energy becomes kinetic energy as the egg falls, but some amount of that potential energy becomes thermal energy due to air friction. The kinetic energy the egg has at the bottom must be dissipated by the work the egg does when it exerted force on its padding over some distance. The longer the distance, the less force needed. Since the force is exerted on the egg from the time your block first hits the ground until the egg comes to a stop, you want the force to be exerted over the maximum distance possible, and you want the force to work over the entire distance.
Mr. Jones, I don't get it.
The equation is PE equals mgh. M equals the egg's mass, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and h the height of the egg above the floor.
Oh, I get it now. As the egg falls, all of this energy is transformed to other kinds of energy, like kinetic energy, but also some thermal energy too. So since the kinetic energy is due to speed, you'd like to reduce the amount of kinetic energy in the egg has at the bottom. So, I mean, if you let us use like a parachute, some of the energy can be used up in heating the air, and the egg will have less kinetic energy when it gets to the ground.
That's right. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Mr. Jones. I'm ready now. Now remember, gang, as the egg container hits the floor, the egg begins to stop. Now the egg's kinetic energy must now be converted to... Anyone? Anyone? Check your neighbor, see if they know. That's right, gang, thermal energy. This is done as the egg exerts a force on whatever it is in contact with, and that object exerts an equal force back on the egg. This causes friction, gang, and if there's too much friction, the egg's gonna break. It's gonna break the egg if there's too much friction. To present my egg drop, I took my egg and I tied it to a hammer. I tied it to a hammer, gang. This is what you guys need to do. It's time for what you have to do.
Well, I guess Paul was unable to do his egg drop, but I'm sure you will all get a chance to do your own. So remember, the less kinetic energy, the less the impact, and the softer the cushion for the egg, the less force that would act upon it. Well, this is Peter the Magical Physics Platypus signing off. And remember, completely neglect anything Mr. Brown taught you last year.
Thank you, and tune in next week.